Welcome back to the Blackwell Epiphany, where we're trying to find out what's happening with George Austin and his situation, his group, the Grace group, all that stuff. Very confusing. We don't really have a lot of leads. We have a lot of random data points. But let's get inside. And let's find out if this is Michael, which is my suspicion.
Hi, remember me?
Yes, and would you please keep your voice down?
Sorry. Do you know any Michaels?
In my line of work, I know more than I can count.
Are you Michael?
I checked with the police. This number belongs to a phone in this church. A man I'm looking for made a phone call from this number. His name is Michael. It's very important that I find him.
I'm afraid I don't know who you're talking about. I am sorry.
Why do I feel like you're lying?
I'm looking for information on the Grace group.
Grace Group?
They used to meet here, in the basement. Some kind of self-help group?
There are hundreds of so-called Grace Groups, and they all have meetings in the basement. You will have to be a bit more specific than that.
Oh, good.
So there's this woman that might have died in a penthouse apartment.
I'm afraid I don't know who you're talking about. I am sorry.
All right.
The telephone that uses this number, where is it?
Why would you need to know that?
Michael used the phone. Maybe he left a clue behind when he did.
And he could have used any one of a dozen offices in our administration wing.
Really? Over a dozen?
Yes. So, if you want to locate Michael Cooper, you'll have to find another way.
Wow. Real good. I don't know if he's trying to throw me a hint on purpose or if he's just really bad at lying, but
Wait, Cooper?
Pardon?
You said Michael Cooper.
Isn't that the gentleman you're looking for?
No, I just said his name was Michael.
So you did. Slip of the tongue. My apologies. It is quite late and I'm tired.
great. Very convenient for us.
You need to tell me who Michael Cooper is.
I told you I don't know any Michael Cooper.
Uh-huh. Okay. Great.
Well,
Stay safe.
Step one.
huh. So Michael Cooper was a priest. Interesting.
New York Theological Seminary alumni. Michael Cooper attended 92 to 96, currently based at unknown. If I called the phone from in here...
If
No,
the
it
phone
doesn't
is
ring.
nearby, it's not ringing.
Okay.
I don't need to turn to any other page. I don't need to...
Okay, so this is not a clue anymore. Can Joey not sneak into the offices? Okay. I guess. We don't know who that is, but we can go back to the police station and ask them to look somebody up, I guess.
Officer Palmer?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Do you have a record of a Michael Cooper in your system? He's a priest.
Let's check. Sorry, whoever he is, there's no file on him.
Okay, that's not helpful.
Well, I'd better go. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
Well, what do we do now?
Hey, Joey?
What is it this time?
Whoever this Michael is, he seems to know a lot about who we are.
Then that makes him number one on our most wanted list.
This number is a 212 area code. That means it's a landline.
A what line?
You know, a phone connected to the phone wires, not a cell phone like mine.
So?
We find the phone, we find, I don't know, a clue or something.
Or something.
Do you have any better ideas? No? Okay.
So they're behind. I don't actually know if that's a thing. I don't know if there are area codes that were ever actually reserved like that. Because, as far as I know, every area code that I've ever had a number on has been the same. It's been the same just depending on where you registered it, not based on whether it was a landline or not. Maybe there's something special about New York City that 212 is only landlines, and they had to like open up a new block of numbers for something for cell phones. I don't know. Or maybe they're just making stuff up.
Huh. So Michael Cooper is a priest. That can't be a coincidence.
Well,
He was part of the Grace group.
right.
I don't think those are...
We could ask the ghost about Michael Cooper, but I don't think that's going to be helpful. I think we must have missed something in the church.
He keeps weekend organ meditations. It says Grace Church in New York, Episcopal, Reverend Gabriel Ullman, Rector. It says Grace Church. Of course, we knew that already.
Do we have to look up this guy? Okay, so they went to the same seminary, different years. They overlapped by a year. So maybe we can confront him with that.
Yes.
Michael Cooper. He's a priest too, isn't he?
So?
So, it's a pretty big coincidence, wouldn't you say?
I mean, if he called from inside the administrative offices of your church, you would assume that he probably had something to do with the church and didn't just break in to make a phone call.
Listen, you have no idea how important this is. Michael is in danger, real serious danger.
From who?
I don't know, but you can't protect him.
I'm guessing Michael is here in hiding.
I don't know that either, but I'm gonna try.
I made a promise. He came to me scared, begging me to protect him, to give him sanctuary. He was ranting. I should have turned him away, but we roomed together at the seminary.
Mm-hmm.
We were close friends once. What could I do?
You can take me to him.
He's raving. He's mad. He says he's in a battle for his very soul. Is this true?
Yes. Yes, it is.
He's in the school. It's closed for the winter break, so it seemed like a good a place as any to hide him. Here's a key. The entrance is around the corner. Please, do whatever you must.
Okay.
Just don't come back here.
Don't worry.
So, thrown out of a church. I suppose with our record, it was only a matter of time.
The entrance to the school is around the block. Let's go.
All right. That was not so bad. A little awkward to get to this point, but good enough.
No need to pay attention to that. There aren't any cars out tonight.
In New York City? Near Grace Church? I don't think the people who made this game know what New York is like.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures.
Huh.
He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul.
That blinking is going to get annoying.
For his name's sake. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies.
I don't want to interrupt him.
You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
I think
He makes
he's
me lie
reciting
down
the
in
Psalm
green
of David.
pastures.
From the books I've
He leads
read,
me
it's
beside
supposed
the
to guard
still
against
waters.
evil.
He restores my soul. He leads
Michael?
me in the...
Michael Cooper.
You! Stay back, bestower. I've got a gun.
Just a second.
I said stay back!
Oh, he doesn't like the bestower?
Whoa, calm down. I'm not here to hurt you.
Oh yeah? Tell that to Leah and George and the others.
I couldn't save them, but I want to try and save you, if I can.
Try and save me? You were supposed to be the expert. That was the whole plan.
Plan?
Yes, our brilliant plan.
Yeah, well, you didn't
Get
even
the bestower
find
to
the
escort our
bestower,
souls to the next
so...
world. Protect us from this force that is after us. Instead, you let us be destroyed.
You think I wanted this to happen? People dying, souls torn apart? You think I want this?
Of course not. It's just... Well, look at what we've been reduced to.
I'm sorry. Whatever is going on, it's new. I've never seen anything like it before.
I see. And what about him?
Huh?
Your friend. The man behind you. He hasn't said a word since you walked in here.
Me? Do you mean me?
Yes, you. Don't look so surprised. How else could I have known who you were? Now get out of here. You've been nothing but trouble ever since George went to look for you.
These are some options. Fine, shoot. You don't really want to do this. I'm so sick of guns.
You really don't want to do this.
I believe she is right, my host.
That
Oh.
voice. It can't be.
I told you to stay in the other room.
Yes, my host, I know. But I had to intervene. These two know me. If I may.
Fine, fine. Just make it quick. I'm losing concentration.
Malone, Blackwell, what a pleasant surprise to see you both again.
Yeah, surprise is the word. What the hell are you doing here?
Is it not obvious? You freed me, Malone, brought me back into this world, and as befits all of our kind, I had a host waiting for me, and so I have returned to my former duties.
Look, as much as I am touched by this reunion, I need to focus.
Perhaps we should all converse outside.
Fine, outside. Just leave me in peace.
Thank you, my host.
Buddy, how long have you been agitated like this?
You're a bestower too?
What gave it away? Spirit guide who won't leave me alone? Look, maintaining this circle leaves me a bit cranky. Sorry. If you can help, great. If not, well, I've made my peace with it. Just go talk to her. She's outside. I need to concentrate.
Wait, so what's the deal if... Alright, let's go outside before I talk. What's the deal with Madeline if she's not... If he's a bestower and they already know him, and we released Madeline from... To be perfectly honest, like, my memory of her is hazy. She crops up so infrequently in the other games that trying to remember exactly what happened when is a little bit of difficulty. I believe at the end of the last game, we helped her back into this world, and she was, like, surprised that, like, the conduit for transferring the souls and all that was, like, through his tie, because, you know, nobody ever gave him, like, a crash course on how to be a spirit guide. I guess we'll find out probably in this, hopefully in this game, we will find out why he ended up here and not simply sent along like everybody else. But why, if they already know that means that he must have been a bestower at least a couple of weeks, right? Like, and I don't think our last case was, no, our last case must have been months ago, if not years at this point, because we've been working with Durkin for quite a while and he's been paying us. I think they said at some point how long it was. I want to say it was like 6 months, but don't quote me on that. My memory's bad. But again, that means that should have been 6 months he's been a bestower. Why would he have left a mail for George saying we need to find the bestower? Is he not capable of it, or does it not work the same way for Madeline? I mean, clearly the relationship at a minimum is different between like Madeline and Jocelyn, where Madeline is more the one doing the heavy lifting and Jocelyn's just the conduit for the most part. She doesn't really seem to care about it. But I don't know. It raises a bunch of questions.
Blackwell, Malone, it's been a long time since we've been able to converse.
I don't think we really ended off on a good foot the last time either.
It's been almost 6 months since Joey freed
Yeah,
you.
I was
How come
right.
We're only
Okay.
seeing you now.
I admit the transition hasn't been pleasant. I have had 3 hosts since returning to this world.
Oh.
The first was an old man on the edge of death. He lingered for 6 weeks before finally succumbing to the inevitable. When the old man passed, I became bound to his niece for a time. She ran every time she saw me. I tried to keep my distance, give her time to adjust, but in the end, she fell down the stairs in an attempt to flee.
Yikes.
The poor woman died, and I was passed to her brother, the man inside.
Oh. So you don't have any control over this. That's not the impression I sort of got at the end of the last game. In fact, I was sort of under the impression that Madeline had potentially a malevolent aspect to her, as I've alluded to as well recently. But if you can't control who you're attached to, okay.
Do you know what's going on? Why are these souls being attacked?
I do not know. I wish I did. Like you, we saw it happen. We saw a soul being torn apart and could do nothing. I'm afraid my host became a little unreasonable after that.
Kind of understandable.
Why was George looking for me?
We needed a bestower. A proper bestower. My host and I were not up to the task.
Okay.
Eh?
It might be due to my time in the void. It might be because my host's soul has been marked by whatever is out there. But in any case, our abilities are limited. We cannot even help lost souls move on as you do.
Interesting.
See them and talk to them. But that is all. Hence why we needed you.
Lucky us.
So what can we do? We don't even know what's going on.
Our theory was that you could help move these poor souls into the next world before they were destroyed. But it appears that it did not achieve the desired result.
You could say that, yeah.
You must investigate. My host and I are restricted, but you two are not. If anyone can help uncover why these poor spirits are being attacked and stop it, it is you.
I mean, there's no particular reason to believe that whoever's up against these people wouldn't also just discover what Rosa is, shoot her, and rend her soul too. We have no idea who they are, what they're capable of, or what their motives are, so I wouldn't put it past them. Whatever this is doesn't seem to be that complicated. Although, well, I don't know. The whole, like, souls being torn apart thing does seem less like it's somebody actively doing it and more like the souls were already forfeit in some way. Because they just stand there and then it happens, you know? Or that's what we've seen happen.
You should really call me Rosangela.
Forgive me. When you are as old as I am, all the names blur together. So I tend to address those I speak to by their family name. It is just easier that way, and less painful. I'm afraid it is a habit that is difficult to break.
I don't know about all that. Especially because, like, for the last 100 some odd years, you really haven't, like, you've known less people in the last few hundred years than you did when you were alive. Surely, right? I mean, during a person's lifetime, they know many hundreds of people, usually. Or know the names of many hundreds of people, if not more. And forget some and remember some, but, like, we've run into each other a bunch, and you've, like, mostly been drifting around. I don't know. Seems like a fake answer, but whatever.
So how'd you like being on the outside, as it were? I imagine it's better than being trapped wherever you were.
I had hoped that I would pass on, that being brought back to the mortal world would force me to obey mortal laws. Instead, No, it is not to be. I have returned to my former duties, therefore I must have further work to do. But yes, it is nicer than being trapped in the void. Did I ever thank you, Malone?
Not as such, no.
Well, I must rectify that. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Anytime.
So, she's not... doesn't seem to be my suspicions of her being, like, a malevolent entity of any kind or having ulterior motives. It's more that she's just weird and very dedicated to this whole thing.
Do you know anything about this Grace group?
I know that it meant a great deal to my host, as well as his friends. Whatever happened at those meetings, it greatly improved their lives. But obviously, it came at a cost.
What can you tell me about Father Michael?
Cooper is my host. We have not had the time to get to know each other better.
Is he always this ornery?
Do have some pity for him. He has lost his uncle, his sister, and several of his friends. He has been forced to accept the spirit world and the possible loss of his own soul, all within the span of a few weeks. If anyone deserves some understanding, it is he.
I suppose so. It does seem like, though, that if you were an ordained priest, that hopefully your psychology in general, and especially around issues of death and your soul and, you know, passing on, would be a little bit more shored up. I don't know. I guess I'm not a person of faith, so I can't speak to this. But I suppose that if your whole worldview this entire time has been like, you will pass and then you will go on to heaven or whatever, and finding out that could happen, maybe that does still happen to other people, but it won't be happening to you, or might not happen to you because you are in trouble for some reason. I mean, at least for initial panic, I get it, but I don't know. It still strikes me that a priest ought to be more, not at ease, but able to come to a more reasonable, less paranoid conclusion.
Why do you let Father Michael push you around like that?
It is what my host wishes.
So?
Simply that. I must do what my host commands.
Right, seriously. What's the story?
No story, Malone. If my host wishes me to leave him alone, I leave him alone.
That actually works?
Of course. It is my duty to do so.
So, Joey, could...
No.
Of course, some of us take our duties more seriously than others.
Okay.
There's a ghost haunting the empty apartment across from George Austin.
I see. Well, You know your duty. Go and save it.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a lot I can do with
A
that.
place called the Karth House.
I'm afraid I do not.
All right.
Well, I suppose we'll talk to you soon.
Of course.
Joey, I'd like to talk to you.
No, I actually wanted to
What
go
is it this
inside,
time?
but
I always used to wonder what it would be like to go to this school. Never thought it would take this. Michael has got to know more than he's telling us.
Maybe we should keep talking to him. He's bound to spill something.
all right. Well, let's see. I really wish this wasn't a flickering effect, but
I shall not.
Father Michael?
He makes. Yeah?
well, I guess we'll just exhaust
I can't
these.
believe there's another medium in New York.
Medium?
Sorry, I mean bestower. I've been calling myself medium for so long I sometimes forget.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not like I have nobody living anyway.
Oops.
Hey, look, I'd love to swap ghost stories with you, but it takes all my concentration to maintain the circle.
Right, sorry. Maybe we'll have coffee later? You know, after we save your soul and everything.
Sure, sounds great.
What is this circle?
Oh, this. Madeline taught me how to do it. It prevents anything spiritual from getting to me. It takes some concentration to maintain, so I'm sorry if I seem a bit inhospitable.
I mean, you have to sleep, right? Do you just stand here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
How did you learn what was happening?
You mean that our souls were being taken?
Yeah.
It was a few weeks ago. I was at the bedside of a friend. Jeffrey, his name was. He went to the Grace Group meetings back in the day. Like me. He had been in a car accident. Hit and run. He was dying, and he wanted me there. And when he died, I saw it. His spirit being torn apart. He screamed. I'll never forget that scream.
I know. I saw it too.
Anyway, with Madeline's help, I began looking into other members of the group and learned it was happening to all of us. You know the rest.
Okay. So, timeline-wise, he had already been attached to Madeline before he experienced that. Which I guess makes sense. He would have to. Because I think the implication is that the reason why... Well, I don't know which... maybe it's chicken and egg kind of situation here. I don't know if seeing the ghosts is because of the spirit host or vice versa or some combination. The implication would be that it's because of the spirit host, which actually would be counter to what I had assumed previously. But well, now that I think about it, because it's Rosa didn't see it until her aunt died, right? And that's when she met Joey as well. So it really just coincides. So it seems less to be about the person than it is about the host. Like maybe, of course, the host does seem to only attach to certain people, but that's out of control. So then, I mean, because he wasn't seeing ghosts before. But then he was, and then he was at the bedside, and then he watched his friend's soul get torn, and then he started sending that's when he sent the email to George and so on.
So you're working with Madeline?
Working? I guess you could call it that. I've been too busy being scared to give it any serious thought.
So why'd you send Madeline outside?
Her presence disturbs my concentration, so she's keeping as far away as she can until this is resolved.
What about us?
You're the ones who are going to save my hide. For you, I'll make the extra effort to focus.
Could you tell me about the Grace Group? It was some kind of self-help group?
About 20 years ago, I was a very different person. I suppose you could call me an alcoholic, although I wouldn't have said it at the time. Then I saw an ad in the newspaper. It promised to help folks like me find their way. It seemed to be some kind of hippie self-help group, but I went to a meeting anyway. I don't remember much about the meetings, but somehow I I had discovered that going to seminary school was something I had to do. It all made sense.
Made sense.
I just knew it was what I was meant to be doing, and I was right.
Timeline doesn't quite line up because he went to seminary in 92. I don't know. Maybe he's just fudging the numbers on how long ago it was.
There are tons of case files.
What about yourself? Is there anything we should know?
Look, you're not exactly catching me at my best here. I can't do anything. Madeline says she's been weakened, or I've been weakened, or something. She doesn't know. Believe me, if I could do what you can do, I'd be out there trying to stop this. But I can't. So all I can do is hide.
Did you know that there's a ghost across the roof from George's apartment?
Really?
Do you know anything about it?
Sadly, no. I'm sorry.
His characterization's a little inconsistent here, but it's fine.
What happened at these meetings?
That's just it. I don't remember. Until recently, I never questioned it before. How messed up is that? I'd go, I'd sit down and leave. I'd meet with the other members for coffee afterward. What on earth did we talk about? We must have found something. But I do remember a man. Benjiro. He ran the meetings.
Benjiro?
Yeah, Japanese guy. I don't remember anything else about him.
Okay.
How many people went to these meetings?
There were 6 of us. You already know about Leah and George and myself. The others are dead.
Who were they?
Does it matter? They are dead. Their souls were taken.
Even still, tell me.
Jeffrey Dutta, Heather Goffstein, Peter Fielding.
Okay. I guess we'll keep prodding him.
So the man who ran the Grace Group meetings was named Benjiro.
Yeah, Japanese guy. I don't remember anything else about him.
Could you tell me about Jeffrey?
God, Jeffrey Dutta. Talk about transfiguration. When he walked into that Grace Group meeting, I thought he was in the wrong place. I mean, the guy was a Wall Street broker, for crying out loud. He could have bought the church and everything in it. But he later confessed that he tried to kill himself. Twice.
So what happened to him?
He became a professional dog walker. Can you believe it? He used to pocket millions a year, plus bonuses. Then he was picking up dog crap for $25 an hour and smiling about it. He was hit by a car crossing the street. A hit and run. I was at his bedside when he died. Madeline had been around for about a month at that point.
Okay,
so
there's some
I saw his spirit
timeline.
rise from his body. I thought I was supposed to help him, but instead You know what happened next.
Yeah, I guess if that's your first... It's... I don't know whether that was his first ghost, but when your faith has told you that you're supposed to be a guide for people in life, and suddenly you're also confronted with the possibility of guiding people to what you think is, you know, the afterlife as well. I guess that would be especially jarring or upsetting. Whether or not he assumed, oh, is that how everyone dies? I mean, I guess it doesn't sound like he believed that was the case even then, but...
Could you tell me about Peter?
Peter Fielding, yes. I never had much contact with him. He died several months ago. I'm afraid it's too late for him.
You saw his soul being taken?
Well, no. He died before Madeline came into my life, so I can't say for sure. But he went to Grace Group meetings, and he's dead. What other conclusion can I reach?
Tell me about Heather Goffstein. You said she was a member of your group.
Yes, she was one of us. I asked George if he knew where she was. He told me she was dead. I'm afraid it's too late for her.
Is this like Peter? Did you actually see her soul being taken?
No, I didn't. Thank heaven I didn't. Seeing it happen once is more than I can take.
All right, I think that's the oh.
How exactly did Peter Fielding die?
Why? Are you going to try and find his spirit? There is no spirit. It's gone.
You said it yourself. You don't know for sure.
It was some kind of accident. I'm not sure of the details. I read about his death in the obituaries. Too late for his funeral, sadly, but I said a prayer for him.
How did Heather Goffstein die?
I'm afraid I don't know. George was the one who kept in touch with her. He told me she died, but he didn't tell me how or when. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore.
Hmm.
Can you tell me?
I told
Just here.
It was some kind of accident. I read about his death in the obituaries. Too late for his funeral, sadly.
Okay.
All right, Michael. We're going to go.
Of course. Godspeed to the both of you.
I guess I'm assuming we have to look up these other people and see what else we can find about them.
So Peter Fielding owned a gym in Murray Hill.
Oh,
Worth a visit, I
okay.
suppose.
Well, Peter Fielding, 58, passed away last night after suffering a fatal accident. Peter was a self-described health nut and personal trainer whose facility, Field's Gym, was well loved by many in the Murray Hill neighborhood. He will be missed. Did it say we got an address? Okay. Did I spell that wrong? Heathergoffstein. Or she's just a dead end as well. Okay. Huh. Well, I guess see if there's
Madeline?
Yes, Blackwell.
Well,
Of course.
Madeline?
Yes.
actually, do you have anything on these people?
Michael said that a man named Benjiro ran the Grace Group meetings.
My host has said as much to me, yes. Sadly, he does not remember much about him.
Could you tell me about Jeffrey?
I'm afraid not.
Just not? Okay.
Do you know anything about Peter Fielding? He was in the Grace Group with Michael.
I have never met him. He passed away before I became bonded with my host.
Michael believes
He might be right,
Oops.
but he may not
Shit.
be. If his spirit still exists, you are the ones to find it.
Do you know anything about Heather Goffstein? She was in the Grace Group with Michael.
I know of her, but I have never met her. She passed away before.
Michael believes her soul was already taken.
It is certainly.
Okay, nothing there.
Well, I suppose we'll talk to you soon.
Of course.
I assume we're going to be making our way to the gym. I don't think we have anything to do with the other places. Oh, it's just open. Okay. I guess we'll deal. I don't know what there is going to be to do here, but this doesn't look like a thing. But I guess we'll find out next time.